Hey, what's up guys, in this video we're going to be going over audio rate modulation in Synthmaster. So we're going to be focusing on this little area right here. So we have frequency modulation and AM modulation, right? So frequency modulation is frequencies, AM is amplitude modulation, so volume, think about that. Alright, so let's do frequency modulation first. You have two flavors, frequency or phase modulation, and you can select them here. You have 4 modulators, so you can drop down and say I want modulator 1 to affect oscillator 1, right? So what that does is that will it'll modulate the frequency like an LFO very, very quickly with a sine wave. So you can see that's classic FM. You have a saw wave and the pitch is being kind of wiggled with our sine wave here, and that's creating an FM sound, right? And we can set the bass integer. Right now it's bass 1. We can set it to something harmonic, so that's really frequency modulation-ish. Oops. And I'll just zoom in there. So that's basically what we're looking at here. Frequency and phase modulation. It's just a very, very fast pitch-tracked LFO. That's basically all it is, really. Oops, I clicked on RSMet. Alright, there's that. We also have pulse width modulation. It's another way of going about things. I will go reset. It's another, so I'll go to oscillator 1. I will select a pulse. I will set the phase. You know how I was telling you you can adjust the phase of this square. And if you modulate, it's called pulse width modulation. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you a different way. I didn't want to confuse you before. You can still use drop-down menus if you wish, but I want this to be modulated by a source. So the source will be synth LFO 1 amount, I guess 5 o'clock. Right, a little bit too much. Right, so that's being modulated by this LFO here. So what that does, that's basically pulse width modulation, and it's a classic way of going about things. It's very 80s, especially if you bump up the unison and you have all sorts of fun stuff. You can make really bumping square leads. All right, one more thing is amplitude and ring modulation. So at this point in the synthesizer, we have the ability to modulate the amplitude. So I'll give you an idea what that is. Right now we have a sine wave. So if I were to take the volume and modulate it very quickly, way quicker than that, I would get amplitude and amplitude modulation. So what I'll do is I'll have that as a modulator. So AM source 1 is down here as well. Everything is kind of connected. I'll go to our mod 1. Right. Oh, I'll go amount. What that's doing is I'll set the DC on. I'm trying to give you a good example here. Maybe it's there we go. Right, so you can see it's modulating the amplitude. You can see it there, and I'll just kind of turn it up and you can see, oh, that's what it's doing. Right, so it's modulating the amplitude very, very quickly. And that's called amplitude modulation, and it's kind of cool for weird sounds, and it's classic in how it goes about it, and it's just basically a very fast LFO for the amplitude, and you can do that with an LFO here, but this is just another way to do it, and that would be kind of, we're done with our oscillators. We're going to get into filters next, and it's going to be fun. Alright, take care, and hope you learn stuff, and have a good one.